With a growing population and a changing climate, pressure on the supply of food in the UK is increasing. 46% of what we eat nowadays comes from abroad, but recent droughts, floods and international conflicts have already shown that relying on imports can be risky and increasingly expensive. Plus, transporting food across long distances has a serious environmental impact. With this in mind, a new project is aiming to create a sustainable, locally based circular model to grow salad leaves and vegetables in a new way. Funded by Innovate UK, the Kilnsey Park Estate in the Yorkshire Dales is working with the Biorenewables Development Centre and the University of York to test and develop so-called vertical farming methods, where crops are grown in a stack of large trays in a totally controlled environment.
Kilnsey Park is a family farm of 1,000 acres, and also we have a tourist attraction and fish production business, among other things, including tourism, recreational interests. We originally sought out the Innovate UK grant because we were interested in developing a new vertical farming operation on the farm to grow microgreens, and so the grant's been really important at helping to bring that into fruition.
With our vertical farm, we're trialling different grow mediums, such as coir, sheep's wool and hemp. We've tried many different variants of sheep's wool and many different variants of hemp as well to find out the best growing medium. We're employing a circular economy model. So that means that we're trying to source things locally in terms of things that are buy and waste products, such as sheep's wool and hemp, and use all of them within our systems. And we've been doing some mirroring trials. So the mirroring trials enable us to work with the BDC, University of York, to produce 4 different seed variants, all of us together with different fertilisers that have been put together by the BDC. The BDC have been working with an anaerobic digester. A byproduct of that is digestate, a thick, rich, calorific value product that is usually a waste product that we can use for fertiliser. So we've been synthesising that and using it in our vertical farm.
An important goal is to create a sustainable model, with Kilnsey Park using their own on-site spring water and hydroelectric generator for the project. Testing and monitoring in simultaneous trials between the 3 partners is at the heart of the initiative, in order to establish the best and most sustainable growing conditions for the plants. A key objective is also to ensure that the food produced is of the highest nutritional value, something which the Biorenewables Development Centre is testing.
We weigh out the seeds to get the same amount of seeds onto each growth tray. They have 3 days germination in the dark, and then they're grown on the vertical farm, the hydroponic system, for 7 days. Then we harvest, weigh, freeze dry, and then they get grinded up and analysed for the various different vitamin and nutrient contents. We're testing the polyphenols and the antioxidants. The university are testing the vitamins. But we're all trying to do a similar growth setup, but with slightly different conditions, just to see how that varies across the 3 sites.
At the Biorenewables Development Centre, we use our vertical farm facilities to test a production system of different crops. We also test different growing conditions, such as use of different nutrients. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to optimize the vertical farming system and develop the footprint for other farms to follow, making it more sustainable and as well economically viable.
Through the work of the project, the signs are already looking encouraging, as it aims to grow the concept into a working model, able to produce food in the wider world. Restaurants in the Spark York community space are already using microgreens grown on site using the University of York owned vertical farm, and it's hoped similar setups can become commonplace around the country and beyond.
We started off with our own facility that we'd built, our own racking system in a barn, and we realised because of temperatures, humidity, we had to change that. We then went into a shipping container. We've realised now that we've perfected that environment, so we're actually now in the process of scaling up into a slightly larger facility as well. That'll be a modular building with our own racking system as well. If we can do that here in Kilnsey Park in the Yorkshire Dales, it would be a good model to set up all across the UK. So it can be small farms, not a micro scale and not a huge scale, but at least that sweet spot in between is a medium scale operation.
The end goal of the project is really about taking our products to market and also potentially, selling the systems that we've designed together collaboratively with the BDC in York. So that's the growing systems, the way that we grow things hydroponically, the substrates that we use. We think we've got a really good, interesting product there that others will want to buy into. I think it would have been very difficult for us to progress the project as quickly as we have without the collaboration that we've had with the University of York and also the Biorenewables Development Centre. I think that kind of partnership, that kind of academic business partnership that we've had has been really, really useful. It's opened a lot of doors for us in terms of other potential funding opportunities. And above all, we just work very well together.